An atom is a very small entity. Its mass is measured in atomic mass units. AMU for short, but the unit that we use is U. So atomic mass units is AMU. The unit that we use is U, the letter U. One atom of the isotope carbon-12 has a mass then of 12.00 U, atomic mass units. 1 mole of carbon atoms, so we just talked about one single atom. Now if we talk about a mole of atoms, or Avogadro's number, 6 sextillion of them, they have a mass of 12 grams. So we talk about moles in terms of grams, atoms, individual ones, in terms of atomic mass units. So 1 mole of an element has a mass in grams with the same numerical value as the mass of 1 atom in atomic mass units. However, these represent very different quantities, right? Very different numbers of atoms. So find copper on the periodic table. Cu, where is it? Okay, what is the mass of 1 atom of copper? So 1 atom of copper has a mass of 63.55 atomic mass units. Can you see an atom of copper? No. A mole of copper will have what mass? Tommy? Oh, you're just stretching? A mole of atoms, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, 63.55 grams. So the number for the mass on the periodic table, if the unit is U, it's talking about an atom, and if it's talking about moles, it's grams or grams per mole. Okay? So 1 versus 6 times 10 to the 23. It's a big difference, right? It's a big difference in the number of atoms. Do you think the mass of an atom is going to be very big or very small? It's going to be very small. You're going to be able to convert between grams and AMUs very soon. All right, the mass of 1 mole of a substance is called the molar mass. Get it? The mass of 1 mole, molar mass. So the mass of 1 mole of a substance is called the molar mass. It has a symbol, big M, and its units are grams per mole, or grams over 1 mole. So copper has a molar mass of 63.55 grams per mole. So calculate the molar mass of H2O. When you have a compound, molar masses of all of the atoms. Okay? So H2O has 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So you take the mass of hydrogen, you multiply it by 2. Excuse me. And you've got 1 oxygen. What's the molar mass of oxygen? 16.00. Thank you, Cole, for not dropping those zeros. They count. They're significant. So the molar mass of water, you add up those two values and you get 18.02 grams per mole. That is the mass of 1 mole of water molecules. Who's got a bottle of water in front of them? Okay, Ronak. Yeah. Estimate, how much water do you think you've got in there? How many milliliters do you think?
This water bottle sucks.
Okay, there's no number on it. Do you know how much yours is?
Yeah.
Do they not say on them?
It's like
200 milliliters?
400 milliliters.
400 milliliters, you think?
Yeah.
How much do you think yours is? About 500 milliliters. Okay. The density of water is 1 gram per milliliter. So 1 milliliters of water has a mass of 1 gram. So if you've got 400 milliliters, got 400 grams, 1 mole has a mass of 18 grams. How many moles of water do you think you have? Bless you.
More than like 22 or something.
How would you get that number?
400
So 400 divided by 20 is like 20. So higher than 20.
No, you're right, like 20.
Does anybody have a calculator? Let's take 400. What do you think you're going to, do you think you multiply or divide?
I just did 180
$12.01. Oxygen. Still 16, so we need 2 of them. Do not drop the zeros. All of your molar masses should end up to 2 decimal places. Your calculator will drop them. Calculator will not show trailing zeros. All right, you do sodium chloride. N is equal to mass divided by molar mass. If you like the triangle, so that would be MOL. Oops, sorry, that's not MOL. So we've got grams, MOL, G over MOL. Same thing is key in these questions. You need to pay attention to the unit as well as the number. And that will help you identify which of these letters your values represent. So, N is still the number of moles. And the units MOL. M is mass, and the units are in grams. And big M, molar mass, units are grams per mole. And there's a conversion I want you to know. How many grams are in a kilogram?
1,000.
Okay. So there's 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram.
Oh.
good theory or bad theory?
What?
She did multiply it by 1. I didn't say that.
What?
What? Are we having physics flashbacks?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even take physics.
Okay, so
I dropped it.
how many milligrams are there in a gram?
1,000.
1,000. So, if you are given that you have 500 milligrams, you have to convert it to grams before you can use that number. You know that there's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. So what do you have to do to your milligrams? Let me write it down for you. You've got 500 milligrams. Are you taking physics? If you got 500 milligrams and you need grams,
Multiply by 1, then divide.
multiply by 1,
Multiply by 1,000.
multiply by 1,000.
Divide it by 1,000.
No.
So you just multiply by 2, you got 1,000 milligrams,
Multiply
and that's it.
by a single 1,000.
You missed
Multiplied by 1 divided by 1,000.
Yeah.
If you divide it by 1,000, your milligrams cancel, you're left with grams. So you need to divide milligrams by 1,000 to get grams.
Why can't you multiply by 2?
Why can't you multiply by 2?
Yes, 500 milligrams twice, that's 1,000 milligrams, and that's a gram.
But 500 milligrams converted into grams is not the same.
You're not trying to
as
make it
1
1
gram.
gram, you're supposed to see how many grams.
Isn't that the same thing?
Okay, if you take 500 milligrams and you multiply it by 2 to get a gram, how much then is 500 grams to 1,000 grams?
Wait, what?
You're trying to do ratios.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
I don't know how to convert that.
You are going to need these ratios. So anytime you're given a formula or a name, you can calculate molar mass. I don't have to explicitly tell you what it is. So what is the molar mass of sucrose? I'm going to guess it's probably something big like 342 maybe?
Yeah.
Matthew? What'd you get?
346.
Wow.
That's,
Are you a chemistry teacher?
And did I do this morning? Yes. Yeah, 342.34 grams per mole. And when I say show your work, I mean show all your work. You got to show that. If you have to calculate molar mass, don't write it down. Show me the actual steps.
Can you wrap that up?
Nope. All right, so if we're finding N, we're going to use the formula N is equal to mass divided by molar mass. Cool? Absolutely. So you've got 40 grams. Yes, I would, please. Have you finished with your sugar consumption for the day?
probably not, but for this class.
For this class, maybe? I hope you're drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, I just finished out my liter full of water. Whoa.
How many significant digits can we have in our final answer? Go back to your initial data. How many here?
2, 1.
3? Because these are trailing zeros and there's a decimal. 5, so our final answer has 3. So you're dropping the 8, so you're rounding up the 6. So the molar mass of glucose is 180.18 grams per mole.
Oh, you skipped the whole line.
I just skipped the whole thing. So, 4 millimoles. We need mass. We've got molar mass. Are we ready to go? No. You've got to convert 4 millimoles to a mole. And we know 1 mole contains 1,000 millimoles. So you take your 4 and divide by 1,000. So we've got 0.004 moles. Don't forget this 0 is significant. It's trailing and there's a decimal. So you still keep it. So mass is going to be equal to N times big M. 0.0040 moles times 180.18 grams per mole. Okay, 2 significant digits in your initial data, so you have 2 significant digits in your final answer.